At CES 2020, we finally had a chance to play around with the final version of the Huawei Mate X, which launched in China at the end of last year. As you recall, the phone was first unveiled at MWC nearly a full year ago, but the company delayed the launch after Samsung had issues with its folding phone. Huawei took that extra time to do more testing to ensure that the phone could stand up to daily use, since foldable displays are significantly more fragile than the ones used on regular smartphones. As a quick reminder, the Mate X features a Kirin 980 processor with 8GB of RAM and 512GB of storage, a quad camera setup with a standard 40-megapixel main sensor, 16-megapixel ultra-wide and 8-megapixel telephoto, and a time-of-flight 3D camera. Of course, the main attraction here is the phone's flexible display, which wraps around the outside of the device. When folded, you get a 6.6-inch panel, which allows you to use the phone pretty much like any other smartphone. But when you press the latch release on the side and unfold the device, the Mate X transforms into an 8-inch tablet. While the foldable display tech that's being used here is pretty similar to that of the Galaxy Fold, this device feels a lot sleeker and a lot less prone to failure. The hinge mechanism is a lot simpler than Samsung's, and the design allows Huawei's phone to be slimmer by streamlining the cameras, which can be used for front-facing cameras and also selfies as well. Now, there's no getting around the fact that the Mate X is a chunky device, but that extra girth is actually pretty insignificant when compared to the Galaxy Fold. As we've seen on most other flagship devices, there's also a little bit of a wave in the middle of display where the phone hinges up, but it's definitely a lot less noticeable than most. I'm not really sure how durable the flexible display of this phone is going to be with it wrapped around the outside of the phone, but Huawei's reps weren't concerned at all with us folding and unfolding the device while pressing on the screen, something that Samsung explicitly recommends not doing with the Galaxy Fold. The only real downside with Huawei's smartphone though is that the software build isn't as robust as Samsung's, which is pretty disappointing considering how much extra time the company had with the phone coming to market so late. Overall, we're pretty impressed with the Huawei Mate X. The delayed launch and the limited availability of the phone is a little bit disappointing since most people won't be able to buy this phone, but it's still quite impressive to see a foldable display in a consumer product out in the real world. That being said, with Mobile World Congress coming up in late February, we may actually see Huawei's second generation foldable device right around the corner. For more coverage from CES 2020, subscribe to the Phandroid channel and be sure to check out phandroid.com. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.